gentlemen, birthday ladies, I'm sorry, I have to speak to you separately. I apologize. How dare I? Ladies and gentlemen, we're at that appointed time. I still hear people talking over me. Is that the birthday lady talking over me? Okay, you're okay. You're okay. Does anybody else we'd have a problem? All right, we're good now. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I want to thank you for coming to Poetry's Love Letter. Can you shout a round of applause? Okay. I want to thank all the wonderful performers that have graced our open mic. Let's go. But it's that time. It's that time. The reason you paid the high-end prices to sell clothes. You put on your great duds to come on out. It's pizza time, baby. Yeah. I've done this a couple of times, so it feels good. As I told you earlier in the show, we have outstanding, and that's not even a good enough word. I just feel it right then and there to use it. I can think of something else, but I don't feel like going to the dollar vocabulary right this moment. But I'm going to tell you, as you can see to the left of me, I have the hostess of the long-running, longer than I've known her, which has been a few years now. She's been running the thing. Always innovative, always coming up with new things and styles of poetry, music to add on, collaborating with people, features, mini features, everything. Shout out to John over there. I got to do it. He's bigger than me. All I got to do it. It's one of those things. Janet Kuypers to my left. Hey! And to my right. And what we have here is a meeting of minds. It comes to some type of point where you must understand Chicago is not big enough for all of us. And I pledge my allegiance to this gentleman, and I will certainly go around swinging with my pen, villanelle in one hand, haiku in another hand, and a few free verses in my holsters in the back. He is the boss of bosses when it comes to waiting for the bus, the collective we're part of. And I swear to you, my friend, no harm will ever come to you. Not from CJ Lady or anybody else. I promise you. I rock so much. I just rock. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, co-founder of the incredible collective known as Waiting for the Bus, which I remember, Buddha309.
I'm going to say this real quick for GPA. Waiting for the bus, bitch.
Hell yeah! Let's go!
Well, hi there. And we figured that we would go back and forth with poems because I was doing a bunch of things about the periodic table. Because I'm crazy. That we would do a piece that he coined as science versus mysticism.
Mysticism versus science.
But since he's going to be into it, he gets to end on some mysticism, I think. So I'm going to start with a poem. All of the music that is going to be behind all of my tracks is from the Haman of South Africa, Francois Leroux. Except for the first track, I've got some sampled stuff. So I hope you're able to hear it. This is number 79 in the periodic table. This is AU. This is gold. Golden lights displaying your name. When I saw you, I was so attracted to you. Your golden hair reflected the sunlight the day we met. And ever since our first encounter, I desperately needed you with me. You bought me gold jewelry, and to this day I wear your gold chain around my neck, your gold ring on my finger. You were so soft, and you would do whatever I said, but as I were on, I saw that you would bend to me, and you seemed so malleable when it came to you and me. I left on my golden border would follow any choice I made when we were together. Golden lights displaying your name. Golden lights it's a terrible shame. But you were like the glow of sunrise, and when we were together, you were coursing through my veins. You were so valuable to me. You were so precious to me. I would have consumed you if you had given me the chance. Golden slumber steals your eyes, but you never gave me that chance. And it was like the world was heartbroken as somebody came to your coffin to see their golden hair one final time. They called me a gold digger because before you were cremated, doctors took your gold fillings out. Yeah. I got your gold wedding ring too. I guess that makes me a gold digger too. In my mind, you were perfection to me. You were the summit of everything that mattered to me. When I think how pure you were, to this day, nothing tarnishes my love for you. And this is why, on some early mornings, I step outside and feel the glow of the morning sunrise to remind me of our never-ending love.
People are probably wondering why I'm wearing Albert Einstein on my shirt when I'm defending magic. Albert Einstein was the greatest wizard of the 20th century, who said the most important thing that you can say, that imagination is more powerful than knowledge. And this is a quote from a favorite author of mine. I believe that imagination is stronger than knowledge, that myth is more potent than history, that dreams are more powerful than facts, that hope always triumphs over experience, that laughter is the only cure for grief, and I believe that love is stronger than death. Robert Fulton wrote that. And this poem is called What Einstein Taught Me About Magic. Einstein told me that imagination is stronger than knowledge. I watched him cry as he split the atom, as he watched the bomb fall on Hiroshima. Dreams are best served without shadow-painted windows. Too many hours with flame and incantation, wasting faith, trying to turn lead into gold, asking the universe for 3 wishes and a handshake like a genie from the lamp, has hardened our faith, turned our stomachs, twisted our brains like 24-hour news coverage. I believe that history is more potent when it's simmered in a touch of myth. Einstein can't raise the dead, never forgave himself. Is it possible to take experience, learn from it, and hope we never do it again? There can be no laughter if we wallow in grief, and the only cure for grief is laughter. I have to believe in magic. I have to believe that somewhere, someone is willing to choose love over gold. And in the end, love is all you take with you. It is stronger than death. And I pray that Einstein died a rich man. Your turn.
I might as well applaud you. As I said, the pieces you're going to hear music from the Highland of South Africa. They were all different tracks. You're going to hear something from, they're all from his 2011 Hotel music. This is a track of his that is titled You Are Here at Last, which I thought was really appropriate if you listen to this poem. This is actually a second one I've done for number 8 in the periodic table, Nitrogen in My Veins. You left me nothing. You just left me. No, wait a minute. I'm a journalist. So all I could do was turn my fingers black, scouring the newspapers, searching for any news about what happened happened to us. The ink from that paper crept around my fingernail, trying to work its way under my skin. I could feel that darkened soybean oil, that petroleum oil creeping its way into me. I could feel that nitrogen from that petroleum oil piggybacking on that hydrogen, carbon, oxygen. I could feel that nitrogen bumming that stuff around the way, pushing its way past nearly trace amounts of nickel and iron. Those trace amounts couldn't stand a chance against that power of that nitrogen, that power to spill the news out to the world. I ran my hands through those newspaper pages. I felt that ink seep under my skin. I felt that surge of that nitrogen in my veins. I know they use liquid nitrogen to fuel cars to make them go at stellar speeds. And I know that people take nitrogen to give their bodies added strength. So, journalist or not, maybe this is exactly what I need. I'll scour those pages. I'll let that nitrogen seep into my veins as I look for any way to get you back. Besides, all that ink is in me now. That nitrogen has given me an impetus so that you can read all I've got to say.
Moving on from Einstein and turning lead to gold, alchemy, this topic is karma, and it's for the birthday girls, for Valentine's. Mythologically speaking, the elephant supports the pillars. The pillars hold the bowl holds the water that contains the world. This is the world all resting on the back of an enormous turtle without a name. I am aware of these things. This morning I woke up from a dream I was talking to a turtle without a name. He slowly lifted his great head in an attempt to warn me about the consequences of karma. A flaming rock cracked open his skull and released the butterflies of chaos. I hate these premonitions. My significance, cosmically speaking, is that of a mosquito among 7 million other mosquitoes, each and every one carrying a loaded agenda. Speaking in cliches, we have been warned. We reap what we sow, garbage in, garbage out. What goes around comes around, and for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. My existence is that of a pebble tossed into a puddle. My bad deeds, a minor disturbance in the force, joining with your transgressions and hers and his, every tiny bite, every mosquito agenda. The great turtle flinches, the elephant stumbles, the bull shifts, water splashes over, the island spins, and New Orleans is nearly destroyed. Mudslides devastate Brazil. Tsunamis devastate Indonesia. Earthquakes in Nevada. And we all shout, why? Never looking in the mirror, never thinking that it could be me, or you, or that stranger on the train. Waves and ripples of our collective karma, ripping and prodding at the turtle shell, like a wild kid smacking a cosmic piñata. We're all gonna die. Judgment Day is coming, or has it already come? The ozone is depleting, the ice caps are melting, because I flipped off the driver in front of me, because I cheated on my wife, on my taxes. Birds are falling from the sky. I forgot your birthday again, and it won't stop raining. And I'm sorry. The elephants support the pillars. The pillars hold the bowl holds the water that contains the island. This is the world, all resting on the back of an enormous turtle without a name. I am aware of these things, but often forget The turtle is standing on me.
This one, well, I have to do the warnings of the music. You will hear a track from a home of South Africa called Mambo Meanderings. And this is B, number 23 in the periodic table. This is Vanadium. I've been going out with my boyfriend for like 5 years now. And when he took me to prom a few years ago, his bulging biceps almost made his tuxedo sleeves burst. And I know he spent like 4 hours a day lifting weights. I know he drank raw eggs and took all sorts of drugs so that he could be the biggest. Whatever girl I knew did a double take all agape whenever he entered the room. And it was the coolest thing, climbing into his truck with the awesome exhaust with the cool flames that were painted down the sides when he would take me to the movies or drop me off for my cosmetology classes. Now, I always thought it was kind of weird that he would take different drugs to bulk up more, but he would swear that they were legal. I mean, he even told me that one of them was just a harmless element called vanadium. And I don't know. When he said elements, I just thought about how I just kind of tuned out in my chemistry class in high school. So I typed vanadium into my smartphone, and I didn't see anything about it being bad for you or illegal or anything. And all the girls would ask me if I would stick with them after I got out of school. And the thing is, now that my 23rd birthday is coming up, and I've got a job, and I'm doing really well, well, he's been dropping hints that he might pop the question on my birthday in June. But the way he's been acting all weird, I really thought something was fishy, maybe just not quite right. So I checked out his smartphone for any ideas like what I might be doing for my birthday or anything. And that's when I saw vanadium on a webpage like his. And I thought, oh no, is he doing more to try to make himself bigger? So I went to my webpage and I saw that vanadium was added to corundum. What? I don't even know what corundum is. But vanadium is added to it to make simulated Alexandrite jewelry. Now, wait a minute. I know Alexandrite's my birthstone, and it's only found in like Russia. It's really cool. It changes color and different lights, but it's like way expensive, like more than diamonds or anything. So I figured I could never afford any Alexandrite. And you know, now that I'm out of school, and I got a really good job at the salon, and after being promoted and then they're even looking to promote me again, I'm starting to feel like I can actually go somewhere in my life. So, now that I think about it, I mean, it was great to hang off my bodybuilder's arm all those years, but maybe I should start to stand up for myself. I mean, he may have thought he needed vanadium to make himself bigger, but there's no way I'm taking an Alexandrite ripoff with vanadium if that's the best he can do.
Help from my volunteers in the audience.
Yeah.
Volunteers up here. Got number one.
Maybe we should line up in order. Would that make sense?
Order?
It's on 4. It's on at the end.
You're number one. You're number one.
Number one in the corner is cousin.
Oh! Oh! Yeah, that works. Right? Oh, okay.
There we
You
go.
can use the mic or you cannot use the
No, I
mic.
don't want the mic. Okay, oh! For a muse fire. And with a sand the brightest heaven of invention, a kingdom for a stage. Princes to act, and monarchs to behold the swelling scene. Shakespeare, Henry V.
a wisp of the fear of night, a dewdrop touched by all the colors of the rainbow. Magic. Rick Davis.
We are stardust, we are golden, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. Joni Mitchell, of course.
Heart is of the river, body is the mountain, spirit is the sunlight. Turn the world around. Harry Belafonte.
Yeah. The name of this poem is Four Epigraphs, and a poem I've written 100 times before. Those were the four epigraphs. Old man writes with finger in dust, picks up dandelion, wheels turn, wisdom's lost, magic fades. No one beats the drum, no one makes it rain. We have forgotten. We are the cosmos. We look for miracles to tame uses of fire as summer wind caresses the tips of our ears. The rain of spring falls upon our gray faces, and we don't believe in magic. We are star stuff. The universe is made of clay, fingers, and dust, water and fire, and one long song by an orchestra of different drummers. We have forgotten how to breathe, how to beat the drum, how to make it rain. We are stardust, the clapping of hands, carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, faith, love, magic. Old man writes with finger in dust, blows the seed from a dandelion, watches them fly away.
He did a shout out to my elements in that one, and I thank you for that. Sorry. My elements.
It was on purpose, and they are your elements.
They are all mine. The music that you were going to hear in the background, because I got tired of talking about love in these past ones, so I thought I'd go to a love of mine and go to astronomy stuff. This is music from the Hobbit of South Africa in the background called Grasshopper Play, and this is, he thought this was funny when he heard this title. The second time I've done carbon, but DNA and carbon in asteroids. Oh my. Sounds right to it. I have to find right to the hair. You know, us carbon-based life forms always wonder where we came from, how we got here. And with science on our side, we look beyond guessing and storytelling to find proof in our answers. And still, we look beyond what we know around us to find out how we were formed here on Earth. You guys remember this. But just recently, a couple of asteroids just flew perilously close to the Earth. Asteroid 2012 DA14 intersected the Iridium constellation. It flew through all of our global communication satellites. An asteroid turned meteor blew up over the mountains above the Ural Mountains, and every Russian on the road filmed the sky explosion with their dashboard cameras before, of course, the sonic boom shattered windows everywhere and injured over 1,000 people. And you know, over 2/3 of our planet is covered in water. I mean, just think of all of the impacts we're missing out on. I mean, our news feeds don't come from the middle of the ocean, right? So we seem to think that all these stellar explosions are becoming more and more rare. because our planet is packed with massive impacts from the Earth's early history. But now that these scientists have been scanning the skies and studying the meteors buried in Antarctica, they've learned that many asteroids and meteors colliding with our planet's crust actually carry adenine and guanine. Asteroids carry major structures that form DNA. Meaning it's very possible that throughout the Earth's early history on Earth, the asteroids collided with this planet, leaving their carbon-rich DNA structures behind to help start life and populate the Earth. I mean, scientists have always wondered how the elemental sextet of life, carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, phosphorus, nitrogen, calcium, how did these elements get together in just the right way to create Earth's carbon-based life forms? I guess it would help that primordial soup of some asteroids brought along a little bit of DNA so that some of our building blocks came ready-made. Astronomers say that we're all made out of stardust because all of our atoms originate from the explosions of stars. But for this carbon-based life form, it's cool that some of these asteroids and meteors carried our carbon and maybe some of our DNA here to planet Earth to jumpstart our creation and get our genetic gears really going.
Is that we didn't plan on those two poems being back to back. How we doing? Okay. How many of you were raised Catholic?
Yeah.
Okay. Before Vatican II, if you were born left-handed in Catholic families, parents and nuns would try to make you right-handed. Okay? This is a poem called Left-Handed Boy. Left-handed boy sat in Sunday school in the summer of 1955, learning prayers in Latin, never knowing what the words meant, signing his name with his left hand being wrapped on the knuckles. Only bad boys use their left hands. That's what sisters Mary, Ann, Frances, Phyllis, Teresa, Prudencia, and Bruce would say. Left-handed boys didn't go to heaven. Left-handed boy went home, his arm masking tape to his side, hoped God would smile as he sat in a Skinner box trying to write with his right hand, and numbers became inverted, thoughts were convoluted. Left-handed boy learned that sinister means left, and left meant evil, and evil was part of the devil, and the devil makes really good cake. Learned that Dexter was right, that right was not wrong, that Dexter was the name of the kid that they beat up on Wednesdays, that Dexter was the root of dexterity, that dexterity was what made pockets easy to pick, what made concealed weapons concealed, what magicians used to use for sleight of hand. Magicians are in league with the devil. That's how magic works. So sat sinister left-handed boy in a dexterous quandary, forced into right-handedness, forced out of his right brain, right mind, right decision, and the right-handed room is too small, and on the wrong side, like a hero pretending to be bad, like the Green Hornet with a super secret identity, but it doesn't matter. All the nuns say only right-handed boys go to heaven, and as hard as you try, you can't keep secrets from God.
We did it to Jewish boys in public school in 1962.
Awesome time. Well, that's awesome, my sister. Well, I won't talk about left-handed anymore. This is the last piece, and yes, it's about science and the universe and such, and I hope you like it. This is number 5 in the periodic table, B, which is boron. This poem with music from the humming of South Africa called Clarinet Talk. This is called Boron from the Big Bang. The Higgs boson, the Higgs particle, the God particle, as some called it. It's an elusive elementary particle theorized about for nearly half a century. They call it the God particle because it might have created all matter. You see, scientists are trying to figure out how the Big Bang started to evolve. You see, the theory is that all of the universe's energy was created from this massive explosion from nothingness. But the question remains, how did any of that energy turn into matter? Because during the first few minutes of the universe after the Big Bang, the temperature was so hot that it was too hot for any binding energy that could have supported any matter, from hydrogen or even its isotope deuterium. So, with temperatures so hot, this bottleneck delayed the formation of anything until the universe was cool enough to make anything out of anything. But just a few minutes after the Big Bang, elements burst forth because the universe suddenly got cool enough. But at 20 minutes after the Big Bang, the universe was suddenly too cool for nuclear fusion or nucleosynthesis, and that is when elemental abundances were merely fixed. That means hydrogen, helium, and trace amounts of lithium, beryllium, and boron were the elements formed after the first 3 minutes of the Big Bang. Sorry, any elements starting at carbon or higher were only formed after stars were around to create them. So, the creation of matter out of energy during the formation of this universe only happened in an insanely brief period in this universe's history. Was it just the insanely hot temperatures in this insanely short period that did it? And what does this have to do with the Higgs boson particle anyway? Well, scientists believe the Higgs particle is a part of the Higgs field, an invisible field of energy throughout the entire universe. That Higgs particle interacts with whatever energy passes through the Higgs field. And this interaction with it, particles, massless particles, they trade some of their energy to gain mass while passing through. And this Higgs field in the beginning of the universe helped create matter, which helped create us. Higgs helped create matter, including the first elements in the universe, from hydrogen to the comparatively heavy boron. Yeah, 5 electrons is heavy in the formation of the universe. Yeah, boron, which helps keep our bones strong. Boron treats osteoarthritis. Boron builds muscles. And when it comes to understanding this science, it even improves our thinking skills. We've known of boron for thousands of years, from the deserts in Tibet to China and glazes, through to Persia, before it got to Italy, where it was used for medical purposes. Well, knowing how long we've used borax for cleaning, or even the boron's used to make the strongest magnet ever made, it's nice to know that we also understand how this infancy of the universe element is vital in everything in our lives, from our muscles and bones to the very creation of the universe. Yeah, it's cool to see how scientists are starting to piece together how matter came to be in this universe. Because without that Higgs field, and without that Higgs particle, energy would have never turned into elements like boron, or create anything like even create us.
This poem is called Reincarnation. Dying waking up, breathing, taking in everything the universe has to offer, living each moment like a snowflake, experiencing every second of our tumbling and then melting to the ground. New life is a drop of water. Evaporation, new life is fog, returning to the clouds, dying all the time, collecting memories and lifetimes by the billion as I pass from one life to the next, never seeing God, Goddess, Creator, Sun, Moon. This is the nature of things. Matter cannot be created or destroyed, only changed. Change, waking up, sleep to awake, breathing oxygen to CO2, in and out 100 lifetimes just by changing my mind. Universes of possibilities created and destroyed, dying all the time and living to tell the tale. Life to death, the life to death, the life to change, death to change, the life in between heartbeats, in moments, knowing it will end. They say you have but one life. Don't waste it. I have 1,000 a day. I probably waste them all. Such is the nature of change. Dying all the time, but choosing life.
Yeah. Y'all can do a little better than that. Let's go. You don't need to zoom into that. I want to thank our wonderful features, Janet Kuypers, Buddha309. So much.